I'm Olivia, 27-year-old woman. I was married to my husband Liam for 2 years before something happened in our life which changed everything. It was the ingress of my younger sister Lucy. She is 2 years younger than me and was a complete bully to me when we were kids. Beautiful with sharp facial features, she had a slim figure with blue eyes. She was blessed with my mother's genes while I got my father's genes of brown eyes and a fluffy body. I was overweight as a kid. I had to follow a strict diet to be in shape in my teens, while Lucy remained slim without following any healthy diets. We were both never on good terms as teenagers. She considered herself to be superior to me and bullied me, but I wasn't the person who could easily be victimized. I used to revolt, and that led to ugly fights between us in which our parents had to be involved. The fights were way more severe than a regular siblings fight. I was relieved when I left home from my university. We didn't keep in touch after I moved out, although we met on a few occasions. We both were civil. One day when I was just wrapping up my work at the office, I got a call from Lucy out of the blue. Hey Olivia, this is Lucy. Lucy, hi, how come you called so suddenly? Yeah, I got a job in California, but I don't have any accommodation. I'm new to that city, you know. Besides, this is my first trip outside of Montana, so can I stay with you for a few days until I find a place? I'm okay, cool, see you then, bye. We were from Montana. I moved to California for a job after my university and settled in California. I don't know to this day why I said yes to her on that call. Lucy was single, and as per my mother, she didn't find the right man for herself, so she chose to be single. I came home and told my husband about this, and he was like, as long as she doesn't bother me, I should be fine. We can set up the guest room for her. I never told Liam about my ugly relationship with Lucy. Let's just say that I was too embarrassed about it. I wanted to move on with my past and hence never mentioned it to anybody. For the initial few days she didn't bother us much. She stayed in her room by herself, but over time I observed that she bonded with my husband. It was almost 2 weeks since Lucy had moved in with us. Although she asked for a week's accommodation, I couldn't just tell her to move out. I could understand how difficult it is to find a place in the heart of the city. One day I came home to find Liam and Lucy gabbing comfortably on the sofa and munching on snacks. I was perplexed at the sight because it was the first time I saw both of them together. Also, Liam usually came late from work. What's up guys? Hey Olivia, Lucy and I were just catching up on our college lives. Your sister is fun. I nodded with a smile. I was suggesting Lucy stays with us instead of finding another place. I mean, we anyways have a spare room, but she's afraid that you would like this idea. Yeah, sure, if you're fine. So am I. She's my sister. By the way, Liam, how come you're home so early? Actually, I wasn't feeling well, so I took a half day off and came in the afternoon. Lucy was really sweet to make hot soup for me. I feel so much better. That's nice. Thanks for taking care of my husband while I was away. Yeah, no worries. Besides, Liam is a funny man. I enjoyed his company. I must say, you're such a gold digger. You managed to find a charming man with money. Wow, excuse me, I was kidding. Olivia, relax. You still don't get jokes. Oh, you got her. Lucy, see her puppy face. They both burst into laughter like two high school girls giggling at silly jokes. I smiled and pushed off to my room. To be honest, I wasn't sure to let Lucy live with us, because somewhere I knew that she was still that evil kid who can't stand anyone having a better life than hers, but I couldn't just say no to her based on my instincts. They say that instincts are your guardian angels, and my instincts were so damn accurate. He was always in all of Lucy's fashion sense, her diet plans, her food habits, and so on. I suspected that it was happening due to Lucy's presence in our house, hence I confronted Liam about his growing closeness towards Lucy, but he shrugged me off, saying, oh, don't be jealous, I'm just being a nice house to your sister. I noticed a gradual change in Liam's behavior. He got cranky at the slightest inconvenience and didn't leave any opportunity to belittle me for my dressing sense, my eating habits, and so on. He would often assert, Olivia, I think you should upgrade your wardrobe. Maybe you could take some fashion tips from your sister. Thanks for the advice, but I think I have a decent fashion sense and I can carry off myself quite well. You're jealous of Lucy, aren't you? I mean, despite being just 2 years younger than you, she looks way more useful when you're luring than you. Looks like you're too fascinated by my sister, aren't you? Damn, I met the wrong sister. I gave a disgruntled look to Liam. Oh, come on, I was just kidding. Chill, honey. His tasteless humor is no less than rags to me. Soon my sister joined him in bullying me. They crossed all their limits one weekend when I was getting ready for my office party wearing a red gown. Wow, what a pretty red dress. It would look just fabulous on you, Lucy. I was horrified at his remarks. My sister Lucy was lounging on the sofa, smirked at me and said, well, Olivia's just wasting her money on these beautiful dresses. I mean, why would someone spend bombs of money despite knowing that they are gonna look ugly, irrespective of any dress they wear? I pity you, darling. Are you both crazy? Do you realize how hateful and cruel you both sound? Honey, I think you're overreacting. I just mean that you shouldn't be spending so much money on these fancy skinny clothes. They look awful on you. You should wear something which suits your age, probably more easy breezy. Hello, you're just a couple of years younger than me. Besides, it's my choice what I want to wear and what not. You stay out of it. Such a narcissist, aren't you, Liam? How enough did you fall for her? Doesn't she looks older than you? Well, she is 2 years older than me. Why, you might age, Liam. That's why we bone so well. Olivia, don't bother. I guess all these don't get our fashion sense. They both started giggling at this. Enough of ganging up and bullying me. How Dare you speak such evil of me sitting in my house and ganging up with my husband? You're such an insecure woman. Are you a legend that I'm messing up with your husband? Don't you dare try to frame me. I'm not a desperate woman like you. I rolled my eyes and left the house. Fuming with anger, I cursed myself to let her stay at my house. I picked my brain in every possible way to plan my revenge on these two monsters. The next day, Leon came to me with an unusual request. Hey, I think we should give our bedroom to Lucy. What? Why do you want such a thing? Lucy has been complaining that her room is small and the mattress of her bed is not comfortable. Besides, she doesn't like the full seats in the bathroom fixtures of the guest room. Isn't that too much of a demand? We have given her shelter in this house. Instead of being grateful to her, she's poking holes at the arrangements. I'm not going to give away my room to her. Come on, she's a guest. We should serve her to the best we can. Technically, she is not a guest, as you've asked her to move in here permanently, so she needs to adjust. Even if you consider her to be the guest, then she's rightly placed in the guest room. Liam was disgruntled at my response. Lucy was right. You're an insecure and selfish woman. Saying this, he stormed out of the room. I was exhausted by their gimmicks. My sister was always jealous and hateful towards me. She couldn't bear to see anything good happening to me. My bedroom was larger than the guest room with better mattresses and amenities, which she couldn't bear. I often saw her lurking in my room checking out my wardrobe, but I didn't imagine that she would be so desperate to ask Liam to swap the room. This incident got me retrospecting on all the prior events which I ignored earlier. My wardrobe sometimes looked different. I often found wrinkles on my ironed clothes and my makeup items were cluttered. I was pretty sure that Lucy was using my room in my absence, but I needed concrete proof to confront this. I started vacuuming my room to see if I could find any evidence. Halfway through it, I found something which affirmed my doubts. I found my sister's ring lying beneath the bed. That discovery led to thousands of stories in my mind. Is she sneaking into my room and stealing anything? Why the hell she gets inside my room? Are they having an affair? I deliberately confronted her in front of my husband to see if Liam is her partner in the crime. You know what I mean. Lucy, while cleaning the bedroom today, I found your ring beneath my bed. Here you go. I passed the ring to her. Oh, thank God you found this. I've been looking for it for the last so many days. I carefully observed both of their reactions. Liam was baffled, whereas Lucy responded to me calmly. Okay, I wonder how did your ring find its way inside my bedroom? Oh, actually, I was changing in your room when my ring slipped off my fingers and made its way under the bed. I searched for it, but I couldn't find it. I was dumbstruck at her nonchalant response. And why would you do that? Why did you change in my room? Oh, I used your washroom. The water was not running properly in my washroom, so I used yours. Oh, is it? But you didn't inform me. I could have called up the plumber. Liam interrupted in between. Oh, come on, Olivia, why are you digging up so much over such a trivial thing? Besides, that was the reason she wanted our bedroom anyways. I'll call the plumber and get everything fixed. Lucy was a confident liar. Ever since she was a kid, I knew she was lying, and my husband, who was initially astonished, got mesmerized by her nonchalant lies and saved her back. I knew that something was cooking up between them, but I needed enough proof to expose them, else I'll come as a Delphic in front of my husband and my family. So I decided to swallow my anger and gather proof to expose them. We were living in that apartment for many years, so I befriended the security guards and caretaker of the building. The next day, I casually got indulged in chit-chat with the guards to gather more information about Liam. To my surprise, the guard told me that Liam comes home every afternoon and leaves again before the evening. This information was the missing puzzle piece. I was shocked. He takes a break from the office, drives back home to spend time with that witch, and then again goes back to work. Seriously, this manipulative witch really knows how to get her way out. I was raging with anger, but I didn't let that get over me. I planned for my revenge on this pervert and my wicked sister. I felt so gross sleeping in that bed knowing what was going around in my absence, but the animosity of exposing my sister and low-life husband kept me going. Finally, I chopped out a plan to avenge my humiliation. I called up my parents-in-law and invited them to my house for lunch. I told them Liam had got promoted and that I was arranging a surprise party for him. I planned to pick them up from their home the next day in the afternoon, and together we would come to our house. I wanted to call my parents too to witness the harrowing scene of their younger daughter Lucy, but I was afraid my mother might leak the plan to Lucy. On the next day, just during the afternoon, I called up the security guard of the building. Hey, this is Olivia from apartment number 372. I'm unable to contact my husband Liam. Did you see him coming home this afternoon? Yes, he has arrived just now. Do you want me to pass any message to him? No, I'll call him on the landline, thank you. I quickly drove to my parents-in-law's house to pick them up. Hey, you guys come in. Hey, Olivia, why did you plan the surprise on a weekday? Well, Liam has called in sick today as he wasn't feeling well, so I thought of throwing the surprise party today to lighten his mood. He would feel good to have you guys in on the celebration. Wow, I'm so happy for him. I hurriedly drove towards my house and rushed into the apartments with my parents-in-law. Instead of ringing the doorbell, I used my keys to unlock the main door. I turned on my phone's camera and told my in-laws that I'm going to record Liam's surprise. The expression, the living room was empty, but I knew where they were. I asked my parents-in-law to tiptoe with me to the bedroom. I paraded into my bedroom and saw the horror in front of my eyes. They both were frozen to death at this sight. Liam yelled, "You filthy pig, what are you Doing hey guys, I've others with me saying this. I moved aside and both of them were dumbfounded to see my parents-in-law. Liam and Lucy started dressing themselves up while Liam begged his parents, Mom, Dad, this is not how it looks, I can explain. Wait, disgusting. Mike and Beth left the room in shame. I followed them to the living room. Mike and Beth, look, I'm sorry that you both had to experience this, but I had no other way than this to expose the truth. Liam is your son and you would not have believed me even if I gave you proof. I don't know what to say. I just feel so disgusted that I want to throw up. Liam rushed to the living room. Mom, I could explain, it's a misunderstanding. Both these sisters are trying to frame me. Shut up, just shut up, don't act innocent. You're not a 2-year-old who can be tricked into anything. I can't stand him. Beth, let's go. Liam, don't you ever contact us, you disgust us. As soon as Mike and Beth left, Lucy and Liam pounced on me. You ugly, really. Such narcissistic behavior. You've always been like this. I sheltered you at my house instead of being grateful for that. You are sleeping with my husband. Wow, I was stupid to assume that you have grown mature, but you're as horrible as you were when you were a kid. And what are you, an old hagger scumbag, eh? Heavier one though, why didn't you tell your husband about your couch potato teenage story? Were you embarrassed to accept yourself? I've had enough of you both. I'm going to send this recording to Mum and Dad. They should also know about their marriage breaker daughter. Don't you dare do that. I'll sue you for framing me. Good luck. Sue me. At last I pulled out the divorce papers from my bag and threw them on Liam's face. Liam and Lucy were disgruntled at me. They held abuses at me as I took my bags and left the house. I had already packed my belongings, so I didn't have to withstand the cruel duo. I left the house and lived with my friend for a few days until I was able to find a decent lawyer for myself who helped me claim alimony from my husband. I sent the video recordings to my parents and they were ashamed of Lucy and Liam's infidelity. My parents wanted me to shift to Montana, but I was strong enough to rebuild myself, so I stayed with my friend. 4 days later I got a call from my mother-in-law. Beth, Olivia, where are you? Why is everything all right? You sound distressed. Yeah, Liam has been arrested on the charges of embezzling funds from his company. What? Yeah, the amount is huge. They say it's more than $500,000. We need to return the money as soon as possible. $500,000. Oh my God, Liam is pressed with fraud charges now. But if we don't pay the amount, he would be pressed with criminal charges with severe punishment. Then why don't you ask him to pay the money and get done with it? Lucy has run away with the money. The cops are looking for her, but I think she's left California. Liam has transferred the money to her account to avoid any suspicions. After being caught, he's trying to contact her to return the money, but she has abandoned him. I wasn't surprised to know that Lucy could do such a selfish thing. She was a horrible human being. Beth, I understand what you're going through, but sadly I can only offer condolence to you at this point after seeing Liam's true colors. I'm sorry I can't offer any help to him whatsoever, but we need to find Lucy and the money to be able to save Liam. Could you help the police of the details of Lucy's friends and relatives, where she could be hiding? Possibly. I pose to absorb all the information. Beth, it's more than a decade since I left Montana. Let me see if I remember any acquaintances of Lucy's. I hung up the call and started making a list of friends and relatives where Lucy must have been hiding. For a moment I wondered if it is wise to give these details to the cops and get my sister arrested, but then flashbacks of all the humiliation and bullying which Lucy had done to me started playing in my head. I knew for sure that Lyra might be spared that easily, even if Lucy was arrested or the company gets back the money, so I decided to take my revenge on both of them and provide all the information to the police. She shouldn't be left free to enjoy that huge sum of money. I suddenly remembered Kate, Lucy's best friend. She was Lucy's partner in crime and was as evil as her. I gave the list to the cops with a special mention of Kate. I was quite sure that Lucy would be found lurking with Kate. I was right. 2 days later, Lucy was arrested at one of the bars in Montana where she was partying lavishly with Kate. The police investigation also confirmed Kate's involvement in this money laundering. It came out that Lucy and Kate were in the business for a long time, where they used to embezzle the company's funds. Liam was pressed with lighter charges and was bailed out after a few months, as he was a novice in the money laundering business, but Lucy and Kate were pressed with severe charges. My parents refused to bail her out because of what she did to me. While all this was still going on, I filed for divorce and alimony from Liam and Lucy. Since both of them were in jail, they had to pay the amount from their savings. After coming out of jail, Liam did not get any proper job because of his fraudulent history. He lost his savings to dealing with the divorce and court cases. He finally had to take up an odd job to survive. As for Lucy, she is rotting in jail with her evil friend Kate. Revenge is delightful sometimes.